If you have ever sat in a darkened arena, surrounded by thousands of strangers, and felt your heart crack open the moment a voice rose above the silence, then you already understand what it means to experience Il Volo. Welcome back, dear friends, to a space where music is more than sound, where it becomes memory, and where three young men from Italy have spent their entire lives turning breath into something eternal. Today, we are going deeper than the stage lights and the standing ovations. Today, Gianluca takes us inside the journey, the real one, from the very beginning. Gianluca Ginoble has always been the quiet storm at the heart of Il Volo. His baritone voice carries a kind of gravity that audiences feel before they fully hear it, a low, warm resonance that seems to rise from somewhere ancient. But what has it truly been like to build this musical brotherhood alongside Piero and Ignazio, night after night, city after city, year after year? As Gianluca himself has reflected, it has been nothing short of a lifelong emotional education. Cast your mind back to those earliest performances, when three teenage boys stepped onto stages that seemed impossibly large for their young shoulders. Gianluca has spoken about the feeling of looking out into a sea of faces and realizing, with both terror and wonder, that every single person in that audience had chosen to be there. Had chosen them. Fans who were present at those early concerts described the atmosphere as something almost sacred. The house lights would dim, and before a single note was sung, you could feel the collective breath of thousands being held at once. Have you ever felt music before it even begins? That is where Il Volo has always lived. There was a night in Buenos Aires that Gianluca carries with him still. The arena was packed beyond capacity with Argentine fans whose passion for classical crossover is unlike anything found elsewhere on earth. When the trio opened their voices together for the first time that evening, the sound that came back to them from the audience was not applause, it was something raw, something that moved in waves. Many in the audience were seen wiping tears before the first song had even reached its final note. Gianluca paused at the edge of the stage, and for a moment, the cameras caught something vulnerable crossing his face, not performance, but genuine, unguarded feeling. Did you feel this moment too, even watching from thousands of miles away? Then there was the night at the Arena di Verona, perhaps the most emotionally loaded venue Il Volo has ever graced. To sing in that ancient Roman amphitheater, beneath open skies, surrounded by stones that have absorbed 2,000 years of human experience, Gianluca has described it as feeling like the music was no longer entirely theirs. Like it belonged to history itself. Viewers around the world shared how this particular performance stayed with them long after the screens went dark, how something about seeing those three voices rise into the Italian night sky felt like a conversation between past and present. The lighting that evening was amber and golden, and the shadows it cast across their faces made them look timeless. Which city's performance touched you the most? It is one of those questions that Il Volo fans debate with a devotion that is itself a testament to the band's power. Some will tell you it was a sold-out evening in Madrid, where the audience sang back every lyric in perfect unison and Gianluca stood motionless for a full 5 seconds after the final chorus, simply listening, his hand resting over his heart. Others will point to a quieter, more intimate moment in Tokyo, where cultural reserve gave way to something unprecedented. A standing ovation that lasted so long the venue staff did not know how to bring the evening to a close. Gianluca has spoken candidly about the moments of vulnerability that life inside Il Volo has demanded of him. There have been evenings when personal grief found its way onto the stage, when singing about love and loss was not performance but confession. Fans described one particular concert in Mexico City as feeling like a collective catharsis, as though Gianluca's voice was carrying not only his own emotion but everyone's, as though the arena had become one enormous, breathing heart. The silence between phrases that night was as powerful as the notes themselves. Have you ever felt music like this before, music that fills the pauses, not just the sound? And through every country, every language barrier, every cultural difference, what Gianluca returns to again and again is gratitude. Gratitude for Piero and Ignazio, for the brotherhood that was forged not just in music but in shared youth, shared sacrifice, and shared wonder. He has described watching Ignazio's face light up during a standing ovation as one of the great privileges of his life. He has spoken of hearing Piero hold a note that makes the hair on his arms rise, even after a decade of standing beside him. That is not familiarity, that is love. Il Volo has always been more than a musical act. They are living proof that beauty does not require translation, that three voices lifted in harmony can dissolve borders, silence arguments, and remind strangers in an arena that they share something essential and profound. Gianluca's journey, from a boy singing in a small Italian town to a man who has moved millions across every continent, is a story about what happens when talent meets devotion, and when music is treated not as a product but as a gift. If this journey moved you, if something in these words echoed something you have felt while listening to Il Volo, we would love to hear from you. Tell us in the comments which performance lives in your heart. Share this with someone who has stood in that arena, or who deserves to. And if you have not yet subscribed, please do, because this is a community built on exactly the kind of feeling that Gianluca has spent his life trying to give the world. We will see you in the next chapter.